Do you think, Jane, that this kind of gender stereotyping, do you think this is one of the reasons that girls find it so hard to sort of push themselves forward, and then when they do get somewhere, feel like they don't deserve to be there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think we're all sort of guilty of it in a way, you know? I mean, I think even society, it's like if a man is aggressive, and that's a really good thing because he really is going for what he wants, whereas a woman is pushy or bossy or whatever. And, you know, a man is tough and strong, whereas a woman is hard. And we're all expected, you know, if you're not soft and a certain way, then you're not behaving like a woman should behave. And I think that still goes on as much today as it ever did. And then it's obviously, you know, perpetuated by magazine messages like this. I mean, look, astronaut, firefighter, chef.
Denim checklist.
She's worried about her hair.
Shiny hair. Well, also it says, astronaut, chef, here's how to be what you want to be. And the girl is, wake up pretty.
And, and by drama, the Friendship Rule Squad swear by. Like, really? Come on.
But it doesn't have to be that way. And I think as parents, we just have to be, you know, my only role model in life is a very strong mother. I didn't have a dad. I might have had a great dad, I don't know, but I didn't have a dad. So my only role model was a strong woman, and that's what I am. And I'm unapologetic about that.
I think that's really... amazing, but sad as well, because I feel like my dad taught me all that I know. No, and you, Mum. Sorry, no credit taken away. But my dad was so pushy, like to the point where he was like, if you don't get up and go and get it, someone's going to come right up the side of you and get it themselves. And he would put us into everything. Like, I mean, we'd be at Butlins and he'd be like, get up on the stage, sing, dance, do something, get noticed. And we were like, oh, OK. But I really appreciate it.
And what was it that he would say about being a loser?
Oh, my gosh. Sorry, Dad. He would say a good loser is a loser. You know, if you're happy to lose, I know that's so terrible, but I really appreciated that, like, go and get it, because no one's going to do it for you.
But you see, my husband's like that with our 3 daughters. He's very much like that, so I see that that's fantastic. But, you know, sometimes there are dads, there are mums that they have behaviour patterns where they do say, you're a boy, this is how it's going to be, and you're a girl, this is how it's going to be. It should be the same. You are a human being. Go out there and get what you want.
I don't think I had a mixture of both, really, because when I was growing up, I was, you know, you were encouraged, my sister and I were encouraged that you can be anything you want to be as long as you work hard and try your best. You will get there and you will be whatever you want to be. But at the same time, my dad, and don't take offence to this, Dad, but you know this is true. He's quite old-fashioned in terms of how women are supposed to be. He likes a strong woman, but not necessarily one that's going to, you know, batter him down in an argument sort of thing. And my mum is very quiet and sort of looks after my dad, if that sort of makes sense. So there were very conflicting messages in terms of go get him and do what you want and achieve anything you want to be, but be polite while you're doing it. So in terms of like asking for a raise or even standing up, especially to like a male boss, I just see my dad's face. So to me, it's very difficult to do that because I'm very respectful. It's finding that balance between the two.
It's funny, for me, mine's kind of like a combo of Jane's and yours. So my parents split up when I was, you know, 7 or 8. And so then my dad moved to the States. So I spent all of my holidays with my dad. And my dad's very gregarious and very charming, but he's got a very strong personality. And also, you know, a traditional African man in terms of how women should be. And my mum is very fiery. And I think, actually, I would have been a very different woman had I been raised full-time with my dad in the house, because being with a strong woman meant that I was vocal and I stood up for myself and I had an opinion, and that was encouraged in our household.
It's
funny, there are benefits and sort of negatives
Depends
to
on
both.
the personality.
That's the thing. I don't think it even matters
how
how you grew up or what circumstances you're in, because I had a great dad who would argue with me. Literally, our dinners would always be like a confrontation of like trying to get the last word in and who was right and never backing down. And that was how we grew up. And I still struggle to ask for things. Like I was still, it would take me a really long time to pluck up the courage to say, can I go to the toilet? Or can I, do you mind if my mum comes to see me today? Which is what happened
But what's really
today.
interesting with you, Stacey, is you find it hard to ask for things that add. So for example, asking for something to be given to you,
yourself.
but you're really good at bartering down. So you can get a bargain and you will barter and get in there and say, I'm not paying you that. So you find it easier to argue to have things taken away than to have things given.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
Again, credit to you, Dad. Love you. I can literally get money off of anything. I can like literally be like, OK, it's a fixed price, but I'll give you half. I'm really good at that. But asking for something extra, I'm terrible at it. But once I do you know what? Once I pluck up the courage, I'll do it, and that's it. There's no going back. I won't like say, oh, no.
But don't you think
you're a
it's back to
strong
what we've
woman.
been saying all along? Women, we're conditioned when it comes to ourselves to somehow think we don't deserve it. So even in the case of you, you're good at negotiating about an item, but not good at negotiating about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we have.
I can
we can't all
negotiate.
be you, Jane.
No, but it's why I gravitated towards newspapers, because in newspapers it's a gender-free environment. It's just like,
it
can
really?
you do? It is. Well, where I've worked,
Okay.
can you do the job? Great. We'll keep you. We'll treat you with great respect. If you can't do the job, you're out, and that's whether you're male or female.
For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free, and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.